The Croods are back after a 7-year break in the Croods New Age. So let's talk about it. The prehistoric family, the Croods, are challenged by a rival family, the Bettermans, who claim to be better and more evolved. Welcome back, everybody, to my channel. If you guys love to watch movies like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up-and-coming videos. The Croods are finally back. I don't think this is a movie that I was really wanting a sequel for. I mean, The Croods was a fine DreamWorks animated film. I thought it was decent. Nothing truly memorable. So I always knew that they wanted to make a sequel. But it was surprising when they did announce a sequel to this film 7 years after the first one. I felt like this movie should have came out a few years ago. But nonetheless, I was still excited to see the film. We have the Bettermans in here, a new family. We have Peter Dinklage, Leslie Mann, and Kelly Marie Tran in the film voicing the Bettermans. We also have Nicolas Cage, Ryan Reynolds, and Emma Stone returning for the Croods characters. And so we have this rival family who think that they are better than the Croods. They're more evolved. They have a way of living. They have like toilets that they've made. They have dishwashers and trash cans and everything. They've built a community for themselves. And the Croods really like that, except for the father, who wants to still be part of his own pack and not have other people be part of it. But the film, they kind of separate the characters. The father of both families kind of argue, and the mothers argue, and there's teen drama for everybody. But really deep down shows what family is and what you do appreciate for your family. I think this has a more compelling and tight story compared to that first movie. I did enjoy the first movie, but I felt like the story was really loose and just kind of all over the place. And not a lot of the events were strung together. And this film, I thought, was much tighter. The script was more easy to follow and more compelling too. There were some moments for the characters, both the Croods and the Bettermans, that really kind of tested them individually. Like I said, they really did separate them. There wasn't many scenes that the Croods were together as a family, and the Bettermans weren't much as a family together because the fathers were off doing something, and the mothers and the teenagers were off doing something as well. So they're kind of all doing their own thing, but it really built the characters up more individually to where you appreciated them as part of that family unit, and seeing how they are completely different from each other, because the Croods are like caveman people and the Bettermans are more evolved, and they have this community and this way of living that's way more advanced than the Croods could ever imagine. And so it's fun to kind of watch the different ways that they've built things for themselves, like a toilet and a trash can and beds and a TV and a window and different things like that. It's kind of all fun. It reminds me of how the Flintstones live. It's kind of fun to see how the Croods reacted to that as well, especially the son, who was obsessed with the window, which he thought was like a TV. So they're kind of throwing in modern parts to this movie and how people act now. I thought the Bettermans were fun characters. They were like the rival for them, so you know there's going to be like a competition and them arguing a lot as well. But it really brought out some of the best moments for the Croods and the Bettermans as well, when they were really trying to understand each other. And we had one opinion about the Bettermans in the beginning, and then once we got to know them and they got to understand the Croods, and they're not just cave people, they have feelings and everything, and they want to kind of work together, you have a better understanding of the Bettermans, and they become compelling characters with a deeper connection to the Croods. And I like how they all kind of work together at the end of the film. The animation works great. Once again, I love the prehistoric designs for the Croods, and some of the brighter moments come when they enter the Betterman's house, and they have like the bright landscape, and some of the animals and creatures in here have really good designs, and they're bright too. I thought that the animation was way more upbeat and colorful and just popped a lot more compared to that first film. It was funny too. I laughed quite often within the movie, I think more than I did for the first film. I just recently watched the first film for the first time in a while, actually. It was just on TV, and I watched it. And the second film, there's a lot of times I did laugh, especially with the son, who's voiced by Clark Duke, and Emma Stone and Ryan Reynolds. They're funny in the film, and Kelly Marie Tran and Peter Dinklage. They're all pretty funny. There's a side story involving some bananas that really eats up a lot of the later half of the movie, and I think it really challenges both of the families and they must work together. So I thought the storyline at first was a little bit confusing where they were going to go. It kind of reminded me of the first film. Just a little side story that really didn't mean much, but it ended up being a integral part of the story, and I thought it definitely did work out. So overall, The Croods: A New Age was a film I wasn't fully expecting to enjoy. I think a 7-year gap between a film like this is not something that, you know, people are gonna go out and want to see. Most people will probably look at The Croods and say, oh yeah, that was an animated film from many years ago. And so I don't think it's going to drive a lot of people in, but it was entertaining. I thought it was much better than the first film. The storyline was stronger than the first one. I liked the characters, and I like the Bettermans in the film as well, and where they took the characters at the end. It was funny, it was bright, all around a really entertaining movie. Better DreamWorks sequel as well. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Croods: A New Age a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Croods: A New Age. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think of it? And are you guys looking forward to seeing it in theaters? Make sure to stick around for more up and coming videos. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.